Pepper says, "Are you ready to organize this closet?" I'll be sleeping on the bed as she does that. Last week, we did the KonMari method on all of the clothes that I had because my bedroom was becoming a hot mess again. And plus, it was a yearly tradition that we did it. So we pulled all of the clothes out, was able to sort and organize, and we had a huge pile that we were donating. But now we have a lot of keep stuff, and it's kind of laying on the floor right now because we need to get in here and reorganize this closet. Okay, so now that I know which organizational style I am, we're going to implement that into the closet, even though I already have a lot of things similar to being very visual and labeled. So I had an idea of what I just didn't have words to it. And of course, last week I found out that I was a butterfly. And if you want to know what kind of organizer are you, please go to Cass from Clutterbug and take her quiz. There is a link in the description box below. So let's start rearranging, reorganizing so that I can maintain this space and keep an organized closet all throughout the year. Okay, so if we're going to organize the closet, we first have to be able to get to the closet because there is a lot of stuff in front of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick up all the clothes. They're all still on hangers, and this was from my keep pile from the KonMari method last week. So I laid them on the bed so that I can get to the rest of the stuff on the floor. And it's definitely a lot of random things I have to pick up, like my purse and these little mini bags. And yes, I have coupons and paper in here. You can tell when I have too much stuff on my plate and I'm doing way too many things because I don't complete tasks and they get thrown to the sides. And oh, look, gift cards. I need to call and see if they have balances on it. And I'm starting to think that maybe I should have done a decluttering video first. But all of this stuff is a very easy tossy because I want to get to the shoes. This was the space that I wanted to start with. And over here is one boot and a hanger that we can toss out. And then, another set of boots that I forgot that I had because it was hidden. And as you know, as a butterfly, I need everything to be very visual. And the shoe rack that we already have is very visual. It's just a matter of reorganizing and straightening out the shoes. Now over here, I had used this bin last year, but I think I want to replace it because you can't really see the shoes behind there. And I do have this little canvas basket. Now it sits higher up, but it's shorter so that I can still see what's behind there. And I can fit more flip-flops. So I'm going to kind of fan them out so that I can see each and every pair. And on the top shelf, I just have to rearrange it because the taller shoes are on here, like the heels and the boots. But first, I need to wipe this down because it is so incredibly dusty. And I think what I'm going to do is because I can't fit both the boots and the heels on this top shelf, so I'm just going to have to switch out seasons just like I do with my clothes. And I already have bins downstairs in the basement that I can use to switch that out because this looks really, really good. And on the second shelf, I do have different wedges and lower heels that do fit into here. So that way I can keep those shoes out all season long too, so I can see what I have and not be tempted to buy a similar second pair. Now these heels right here, they're too big. I'll put them in the off-season bin, but these heels, they fit perfectly underneath of there. So this is the basket that's going to go downstairs in my off-season shoe bin. And now that the shoes are all straightened out, they are a perfect butterfly shoe rack because I can see everything and put it away in one step. And what I didn't realize as I was rearranging the shoes was that my leggings became a Swiffer picker-upper. So very quickly, I had to change out of them, vacuum up the dust, give it a quick little mopping, and then get back to organizing. So we're going to work our way up and we're going to start hanging the clothes back into the closet. Now, I only used the pink hangers, so we're going to get rid of this purple one for now. And yes, that is one of my prom dresses that I still have, the only prom dress that I still have. And I do have a sentimental attachment to it. So we'll keep it in there for now because it's not taking that much room. I'm sure I will change that in the future. But right now, I'm hanging all my clothes back in the closet. Now, what I like to do is I like to hang them up in rainbow order. That's always helped me visually to see how many clothes I have of one particular color. Because if I have too many of one color, well, it's time to change it up and add different colors to the wardrobe so that we have a nice variation. And of course, that is a very butterfly thing to do. Now, I actually still have a lot of empty hangers here because we did declutter some clothes. Now, I do tend to have more summer clothes than winter clothes, so I'm sure when I change out the seasons coming up, we'll be using them. Okay, so we're going to start pulling some of these bins out and just doing a little rearranging so that it's a little more butterfly-ish. But as we start pulling these bins down to rearrange them, I just wanted to share that, I am someone who's recovering in hoarding disorder and somebody who had feared decluttering and cleaning out for my entire life. I just wanted to really share that your soul benefits greatly when you approach your fear with the mindset of curiosity instead of running from it. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. That's why I try to be so transparent about everything and giving myself grace if I fail at something or if I backslide a little bit, because it's okay. Because at its root, we're facing the actual fear of decluttering and letting go and processing those emotions and organizing it. And I'm more in a space of what really works for me, where I'm going to love my items. I'm going to love how it's organized. I'm going to love how my favorite pieces are curated. And I'm going to be in a space where I'm not going to be scared of it anymore because I loved the process, because it included my creativity and my just artistic side, and that I actually loved what I'm doing. And I just wanted to share that with all of you because honestly, that could be in any fear that you're facing. It doesn't have to be hoarding disorder. It could be anything that you're going through right now. Because I'm actually enjoying organizing because my friend gave me this bag and I cannot wait to wear it in March. But it goes in my mini bag box. So does this. And I had created these mini boxes out of diaper boxes, so I used my creative artistic abilities. And I've downsized my purses enough to recognize which purses I love the most. And I don't feel the need to buy any new ones because I already love the ones I have. Now, this box right here, I didn't even know what was in here until I opened it up. And it actually is old black boots, and I actually feel good letting them go. And in this box right here, I had sentimental items. But in the basement, I already have my pink sentimental bins. So I think I'm going to take them and put them in those tubs in the basement, opening up space in my closet. And this little gem is from my college years. And yes, I had loved my Shira belt. And this little organizational box I made back in college too. I used a shoebox, glued some fabric on it, and I still have it and use it. Now for my top shelf, I am putting the bins of categories that I only use maybe twice a year, and they're clearly labeled with no lids so I can see them. On the bottom shelf, I'm going to put things that I use more often, but the wigs and my unicorn headbands, I don't use as much as I do my mini purses and my purse bin. And I made sure that I put them next to each other. That way, it's easier for me to see what I need. On the opposite side in this 31 big bag, I have more of my travel bags and pool bag. Now, this was an empty bin that we had on the top. And I thought, you know what? I have a lot of sweatshirts on the floor. So maybe if I fold some of these sweatshirts right on top, it's easy for me to see and grab. Very similar to how hubby's organizer is right below. And now the floor in front of the closet is cleared out and we have reorganized this space. Now, I didn't touch anything on hubby's side because he really doesn't have a lot of things in this closet. The only thing I did was refold his sweatshirts in his hanging closet organizer. And honestly, I think he's a butterfly too. But everything is very visible. It's very easy to see. All of the open baskets are labeled. You know what's inside of everything. If I have to put it away, it's a one-step process. And of course, I leave the doors open to my closet. I always have done this, and now I know that that is a butterfly trait. And now that I'm more aware of my organizing style, I'm setting myself to be more successful in the future. And if you have setbacks, that's okay. We're learning from them. We're growing from them. And what's most important is that we never gave up.